Hearty welcome to all my dear students. I invite all my dear students to the second session of learning the chapter Sociology and Society. Before moving into the today's session, I wanted to give you a simple explanation of what we have learned yesterday or in the previous session. In the previous session, we learned the first theme of this chapter. What was the first theme of this chapter? That was sociological imagination. The word was coined by C. Wright Mills, an American sociologist. The word sociological imagination used first by an American sociologist. His name is C. Wright Mills. Now I wanted to give you the meaning of the term sociological imagination. This term means that sociology makes us aware of or gives insight into the personal and public issues and the relevance of sociology in our daily life. This is all about the meaning of the term sociological imagination. Imagination means creativity or bringing new ideas. So, sociological imagination means it gives us or makes us aware of the personal means individual issues and public problems, and also a relevance of sociology in our daily life. This is all about the meaning of the term sociological imagination. Next point is that in the previous session we learned that there is a connection between a person and a society. This is called society as a whole. Society as a whole means what? The meaning of the term whole means what? United. A person and a society are united. They are not separated. So that we can say that person and society are interconnected. And we know that history means what? The public issues, and biography means what? Personal issues. Both are connected. Both means what? The person and the society both are connected. For example, if a war occurs, if a battle takes place, if a war occurs, it affects a society as well as the members of a family. For example, if a war takes place, it affects the public, we know that. It affects the society and it affects the members of a family, means it affects the wife, because if her husband dies in the war, she becomes what we can say a widow, and it affects other members of the family. It means the children become fatherless. In this way, the person and society both are interconnected, and it means if any public issue happens, it also affects the individual. This is all about the first theme of the chapter. Now we can move to the second theme of the chapter. Today we can study the second theme of the chapter. The second theme of today I gave you. Now I have given you first theme of the chapter. It means yesterday in the previous session we have studied. Today I wanted to give you the second theme of the chapter. It means, what was the second theme? An individual belongs to more than one society. In the previous session I told you that this is the second theme of the chapter. An individual belongs to more than one society. And this is called plurality and inequality. Plurality means what? More than one. And inequality means what? In our society, it means what? Inequality is there, or all are not equally treated. We know that all members are not equally treated, all are not equal. And how an individual belongs to more than one society. This is a confusing one, but I wanted to make it clear to you. We know that our contemporary society is from the perspective of a foreigner, it is an Indian society. We know that. When a foreigner looks at India, this is Indian society because his society is a different one. When a foreigner looking at India, this is Indian society. When we are looking at India, this is our society because we belong to this society, that is our society. When a foreigner looks at India, this is Indian society. So there are differences in perception. We are looking at India as our society, we are calling it our society, a foreigner calling it Indian society. And there is a diversity in the society. That is why I told you that an individual belongs to more than one society. What do you mean by our society? How can you say that our society? Because there are many states in India. Each state has its own language, its own culture. So each state is different from one another. So that there is diversity in Indian society. So we cannot say that our society. We belong to different societies which has difference in culture, language, religion, and we have tribal society also. Tribal society is entirely different from other societies. They have their own culture, they have their own language. So that we cannot say that it means what? I belong to Indian society, but we have to say that I belong to societies. We cannot say that I belong to only one society because there is diversity in our Indian society. Diversity means what? Different language, people, a group. When you go to Kerala, there are people with a different language, different style, different culture, different food habits. When you go to Rajasthan, there are people with different, it means what? People belong to Rajasthan, they have different culture, different language. So there is diversity in the Indian society. So that we cannot say that we belong to only one society. Instead of, we can say that we will belong to more than one societies, that is part of Indian society. And next one is that this is the, what we can say, first paragraph in the next page. It means third, pluralities and inequalities. The first paragraph says that Indian society is a diverse society, different culture is there, different language is there. So we can say, we cannot say that I belong to only one society. Instead of that, we can say that I belong to more than one societies, because Indian society is a diverse society. Kerala people belong to Kerala, Rajasthan people belong to Rajasthan because they have their own culture and language. So we are calling Indian society, but in Indian society different culture is there, different language is there. That's why I told you that it means the second theme says that an individual belongs to more than one society. And second paragraph concentrates on the topic difficulty in mapping society. What do you mean by mapping society? I already told you that in the previous paragraph, it is very difficult to belong to one society, that is Indian society, because there are many societies with a different culture, and for each culture there are group people who belong to that particular culture. So that it is very difficult to mapping Indian society. Mapping means drawing a particular society. Mapping means what perceived as a single society. We cannot understand India as a single society. We are even though calling it our society, but there is difficulty in understanding the meaning of our society, because there are societies in India with a different culture, different language. So diversity is there. Because of this diversity, we cannot realize India as a single society. This is the meaning of difficulties in mapping society. And it is very difficult to understand which society we are talking about. That is the second point. First point, difficult to map our Indian society. Second point, when we are talking about Indian society, we or our society, we are feeling difficult to which society we are talking about, because in Kerala different societies there, in Rajasthan different societies there with the difference in culture, language, food style. So when we are speaking about our society, we don't know which society we are talking about. This is very simple. And there are people with a different religion, there are tribal groups. This difficulty is felt by not only sociologists but other people also. Sociologists also feel this difficult. What difficult? They are not able to perceive, they are not able to understand India as a single society, because there are societies in India with a different culture. A state has difference in culture, language, that is a different society. So that in this way we can say that we belong to more than one society, and it is very difficult to understand Indian society or mapping a society. Now we can move to next paragraph. Next paragraph means what? There is a famous filmmaker, his name is Satyajit Ray. Third paragraph says that there is a famous filmmaker, his name is Satyajit Ray, and he felt difficult to what to present on his films. Which part of India should be focused? This is the important idea in the third paragraph. He felt difficult to what to focus to present in his films. Now we can move to fourth paragraph, and this is saying that what are the things to be focused. It means same idea. Same idea means Satyajit Ray, famous filmmaker, he felt difficult to focus on what? Whether it is a city life to be focused. This is called plurality. Plurality means what? Diversity. This is the meaning. Now I am talking about plurality. That is the one of the themes in the second theme, and next one inequality. That I will talk to you later. Now plurality I am talking because there is diversity in Indian society. Diversity means different culture, different language, different dress style. That is why Satyajit Ray felt difficult to focus on what to present in his films, whether he has to present a city life, whether he has to present a village life. Village life means what? Cows eating grass, shepherds playing flute, and these are important images in symbolisms in village life. And whether he has to present epic stories where demons and gods, they are fighting each other, brothers are killing each other. In epics we know that. In epic stories, epic films, brothers are fighting each other and gods are fighting with the demons. And he has the doubt what to present on his films because of diversity. And next one is that this is the feeling of a filmmaker, a famous filmmaker, Satyajit Ray, because of diversity in India. And next, paragraph says that it means what in the fourth paragraph. I wanted to talk to one more point. Satyajit Ray felt difficult to present on his films, whether city life, whether village life, whether epic stories, whether what we can say a present story, present society. When he was what we can say living, that was a colonial period, and he felt whether he has to present the present society at that time. When he was living, the present society was what we can say British colonial period, and where we know that total exploitation was there. Colonialism, we know, total exploitation, total discrimination, inequalities, what we can say confused sounds and sight. When we look at colonial period, people are suffering. It means what confused, what we can say sight we can see, and people are suffering. They are crying. So confused sounds are there. People in India, they were confused what to do. They don't know, especially the lower class people. And so that these are the confusions of Satyajit Ray, what to present on his film because of diversity in Indian society, city life, village life, epic religious, then British colonial, what we can say, time. And this is all talking about plurality, diversities in Indian society. Now we can move to inequality. What do you mean by inequality? When sociologist is looking at society, next paragraph, fifth paragraph, when sociologist is looking at society, Indian society, they can feel inequality in Indian society. We know that Satyajit Ray, he wanted to present a beautiful Indian village because villages are romantic and beautiful, but sociologists wanted to bring a contrast from Satyajit Ray. Satyajit Ray wanted to present a beautiful Indian village, but sociologists wanted to focus upon the inequality in Indian village because there was a man, his name is Muli, and he was very thin, very weak, very poor, and he was sitting on dusty road full of dust, and he was sitting there, and he was keeping his glass and saucer near to him, and he was expressing something to the shopkeeper that an untouchable person come for buying some, what we can say, tea. This was the inequality that sociologists wanted to focus, but Satyajit Ray wanted to present a beautiful village life, but the sociologist wanted to present a village with inequality because Muli was a person who belonged to lower caste, and he untouchability was there. He was not able to touch person who belonged to higher caste. That's why he can express something for buying because he cannot go near to the shopkeeper. Instead of that, he can signal something to the shopkeeper that I am untouchable, I want to do something. So that this was the thing that sociologists wanted to focus, but Satyajit Ray a different thing, that is a beautiful village life. Actually, village life was not beautiful according to sociologists. Then this is the inequality that this, what we can say, second thing wanted to talk. Plurality, I already told you, we belong to, one person belong to more than one society, and inequality means what? The village life. And next one is that this is the experience of a sociologist. There is another person, his name is, what we can say, Amartya Sen, and his name is Amartya Sen. Amartya Sen was an Indian economist. Next to sixth paragraph, and he wanted to present inequality in Indian society. Amartya Sen was an Indian economist, he wanted to present inequalities in India because he wanted to say that all are not rich in India. Majority are poor, some are very rich. Second one, he wanted to say that all are not educated. There are educated people and illiterate people in India. Third one, all are not wealthy, all are not prosperous. Some are very poor, some are very rich. All are not politically powerful. Only few people are powerful and majority have no power. The people who belong to a lower caste, they did not have power, or politically, economically, they were not powerful. The people who belong to upper caste, they were wealthy, they were powerful economically and politically. And the police treated people with a difference. Police at that time, according to Amartya Sen, wanted to say that police wanted to treat people according to their status. It means if people belong to higher caste, the police, they wanted to treat them in a different way. It means in a polite way. If the people belong to lower caste, they were treated in in a different way, not polite way, impolite way. And these are the what we can say inequalities according to Amartya Sen in India. And when we look at next page, the page number 5, there is a picture in the page number 5. This is very relevant because this picture shows the pluralities and inequalities in India. There are people who are standing on agricultural field. There are people who are working in hospital, and there are people who are very weak and thin. There is a what we can say human being with a fat. It means plurality means what? Diverse society. It means people who belong to different. It means what? Class, different culture. According to culture, according to caste, their occupation also vary. The working class, we know that their culture is different. The people who are working in the hospital, they are what we can say, they could study, they could work, they could be educated because they have access to economy. The people who are working on agricultural field, they are working class, they are laborers. So plurality is there in Indian society and inequality is there. What do you mean by inequality? The poor people, they are very hungry, they are very thin, they are very what we can say neglected. What about the rich family? When we look at the children, they are very fat, they are having access to nutritious food. In this way, the picture shows some idea to us. This is all about the page number 6, the paragraph 6. Now we can move to next page. The idea fourth one means what? Introducing sociology. Introducing sociology, that is the title. The first paragraph concentrates on the main idea of job market and what we can say individuals. Already we have studied this one, job market and individuals. We know that we already have studied sociology, imagination, and we know that job market determines which course should be taken by a particular student. It is connected with the economy, government, family, educational institutions. Sociology studies our own behavior as social beings. The simple meaning is that if you wanted to select a course, first we are giving more importance to the job market. Which job is available in the market? According to that, we are choosing the subject. So the society is forcing us, the family is forcing us to select a particular subject which has market relevance. And from the part of government, they are what we can say giving us, they are giving the vacancies, they are creating jobs for us. According to that, we have to shape, we have to mold. And social background also, the people who belong to poor social background, they cannot, or we can say, choose a course which cost much money. So all these things are decided, job market and the worries of individuals. But some individuals, because of their hard work, they are overcoming, and they are, what we can say, personally they are free from all kinds of pressures from family, because of their hard work they are achieving. But many are not like that. They are following our social norms, our family, our educational institutions, our governmental policies, so that they are getting a job in the job market. And next we can go to what we can say. Before that, I wanted to give you some of the difficult word and their meanings. Ethnic, the word, we can find out the word ethnic in the chapter. Ethnic means what? Same cultural group or same religious group relating to a population subgroup within a large dominant country. It means ethnic society. Ethnic society means what? India is a country where different ethnic societies are there. Ethnic society means a group of people with the same culture, same religion. This is called ethnic group. So you have to understand, ethnic group or ethnic society means what? A society with the same culture, language. So there are different ethnic societies in this world. In Rajasthan itself, there are many people, there are different groups with a different culture. So there are different ethnic groups are there in Rajasthan. And next one, the word team. T-E-E-M. T-double-E-M. Team means what? Full of. Full of. Next one, deceive. Deceive means D-I-double-Z-Y-I-N-G. Deceive means make someone confused. And next one, thatched roof. Thatched roof means what? Roof made up of leaves and dry grass. Next important word is conspicuously means what? Which is visibly clear. Clarity is there in the vision. Next one, the meaning of the word gaunt. G-A-U-N-T. Gaunt means weak or thin. These are the important difficult words on that particular page. Now I wanted to go to the next page. Already I have given you first paragraph in the next page. Now I wanted to go to the paragraph second in the same page. That now we can move to the third theme. Second theme we have studied. It means, what was the second theme? How an individual belongs to more than one society because of diversity, and Indian society is not equal, because Amartya Sen told us, and Satyajit Ray, his beautiful village and sociologist, he told about the unequal or unequal society. So inequality is there, plurality is there, and we belong to more than one society. That is the second theme. Now we can move to the third theme. The third theme says that sociology as the systematic study of society, excluding meaning given by philosophy. Philosophy means theoretical knowledge, and religion. Religion means teachings of religious teachers. The third theme is that sociology. Now we can move to the third theme. Third theme means what? The sociology is a discipline or subject which talks about, which gives us systematic study of society, and sociology is not giving any importance to the philosophical and what we can say religious meaning of society, because philosophical meaning of society is different one, and which has difference with the sociological meaning, and the religious meaning about society is different one, which has difference with that of sociological meaning. We know that the term reflect upon in paragraph second concentrates on the topic reflect upon. Reflect upon, the meaning of the term reflect upon is to consider or think back on or think on. To consider or think. Human beings can reflect upon society, which is evident in writings of philosophers, religious teachers, legislators of all civilizations and epochs. Epochs means what? A particular period of time in history or in a person's life. A particular period of time in history or in a period of time. The meaning is that the citizens, the members of a society, they can think about society. This is the simple meaning. First point in this paragraph, the third theme, where we can see first point is we can reflect upon our own society. We can think about our own society, first point. And what we can say, this is what the philosophers are telling, the teachers are telling, and the legislators means what? One who makes laws. And they are also talking that human beings can think about their society. Philosophy says that, it means theory says that, there are religious teachers, they are telling that, there are legislators, they are also telling that human beings can think about their own society. And we can think about ourselves and others using common sense. We can use our own common sense in a logical way. We can think about ourselves and we can think about others. And it means what? Simple meaning is that human beings are given skills for thinking about themselves and about others. But sociology studies society as the systematic study different from all other meanings. But philosophy is giving a particular meaning to society. Religious teachers are talking about Indian society in a different way, and we are thinking about Indian society in a different way. But sociology has a different perspective, different what we can say look at Indian society. The sociological meaning of Indian society is different from the philosophers' meaning, the religious teachers' meaning, legislators' their meaning, and our own meaning. Because sociology studies society in a systematic way, which has difference. Now, paragraph 3 concentrates on the topic observations of philosophers and religious teachers with that of sociologists. Now, in a more what we can say simplified way, we can understand what is the difference between observations of philosophers and religion and sociologists. Sociologists observe society in a different way. Philosophers and religious teachers, they are looking at society in a different way. First one, sociologist. Sociologist is looking at Indian society. They are focusing on norms and values. Sociologists are talking about the morality of Indian society, the morals, the norms and values, and with some difference, and how it functions in actual society with evidences. See that sociologist is looking at Indian society. Sociologist is looking at the norms and values of Indian society, and sociologist wanted to know how the what we can say norms and values are functioning in real Indian society. How the norms and values are functioning in real society. So sociologists wanted to give more importance to practice rather than theoretical knowledge. It means sociologists wanted to practice the theories on Indian society. So that sociologists do empirical study of society. What do you mean by empirical study? Empirical study means a factual inquiry in an area of sociological study. We know that sociology studies an area. This study is called empirical study because sociologists are using the fact. They want to know the fact, what are happening in our society and how we can solve that. This is the simple idea of sociologist observation of Indian society. What are the things? What are the factual things? What are the real things? What are the real problems of an individual? How we can, what we can solve. But what about the philosophers and the religious teachers? They are also talking about the morality or morals, immoral side of human behavior, desirable ways of good society, and focus on norms and values as goals people should follow. They are simply telling the religious teachers and the philosophers, they are giving more importance to theoretical knowledge. They wanted to say that how a person can change in his behavior from what we can say immorality to morality. How they can change. The philosophers are giving some theoretical knowledge, but sociologists wanted to change the people, change the behavior of the people practically. And what about, whereas the religious teachers, they wanted to change with the theoretical knowledge, and sociologists wanted to change with the practical knowledge. This is the main difference between observation held by philosophers and religious teachers and that of sociologists. Both are concentrating on morality and immorality in social behavior, but only one difference: the sociologists wanted to change Indian society and with the practice, and the religious teachers with the theoretical knowledge. This is all about today's session 2 of learning the chapter Sociology and Society. Today we have studied important things. It means we remembered first theme. Today we talked about second theme, the how individual can, it means individuals belong to more than one society. And next one we have studied difficulty in mapping Indian society. People feel difficult to, sociologist Satyajit Ray, they felt difficult to what to focus on Indian society. Then we have what we can sociologists who wanted to give more importance to inequality in India, because Satyajit Ray, he wanted to present a beautiful Indian village, but the sociologist, he wanted to present inequality and find out solutions. Then we have studied Amartya Sen, he also presented the inequalities in India. Then we have studied the third theme. Third theme means what? Reflecting upon Indian society. And we have the philosophers and the religious teachers and the sociologists, they have different perspective about Indian society, because sociologists wanted to exercise the practical knowledge of changing people from morality to morality, and the sociologists wanted to find out solutions for the problems in the society with the practical knowledge, and the philosophers and what we can teachers, religious teachers, they wanted to say some, what we can say, theoretical knowledge to change people. This is all about today's session. Now I wanted to give you some questions to be answered. First one, what is the third theme? Explain. What is the third theme? Explain. Next one, what are the difficulties felt by Satyajit Ray? Next one, how Amartya Sen presents inequality in Indian society. Next question. What is the third theme and how we can differentiate the observations held by philosophers and religious teachers with that of sociologists. This is all about today's session. I request all of you to make your own notes and read the chapter and give importance to the meaning of vocabulary I am giving, because when you read the chapter you can find out the meaning. No need of going for what meaning in the dictionary. So your learning will be easier and effective. God bless you. Thank you.